Hello and welcome to Top Rides 256. Are hybrids reliable cars? And if you are in Uganda, should you buy a hybrid car in Uganda in 2025? Today we are going to dive deep into whether you should consider buying a hybrid, but specifically we are going to be talking about the Toyota Aqua hybrid, which is right here in front of me, and it is of the year 2016. So without further ado, let us dive in and talk about the specs and everything you need to know about this car, and in the process you will also be able to make a decision whether you should consider buying a hybrid car in Uganda. So this specific car is, like I've just said, is a Toyota Aqua of 2016, and it's a hybrid. And in some markets, this is called the Prius C. So the Prius C, the C stands for city, and the aqua means water. So aqua is meant to communicate water being clean and abundant. So this car can take you for a long distance on very low fuel, very small fuel, and it is also clean. It helps you save the environment by reducing the emissions because it is a hybrid. So this is a super mini hatchback, and it started to be produced in 2011, and in 2021 Toyota released the second generation of the Toyota Aqua hybrid. So this is a very good car for both family, for work, for example if you want to do ride sharing, Uber, and also for business. So it's a car that you can take in all places, and it fits for business, for work, for family. And the most important part of it is that it is one of the most fuel economical cars in the whole world. So there are four types of electric cars. There is the plug-in hybrid electric, there is the hybrid electric, there is battery electric vehicle, and then there is the one of hydrogen electric. So this specific one is not plug-in hybrid, but it is a hybrid electric vehicle. So you do not charge it, you do not plug in to charge it. The battery, the car charges itself, as we are going to go deeply and talk about all this. So another thing, in such hybrid vehicles we have two types. There is one called the series hybrid. This one is where the engine only generates electricity but doesn't directly drive the car. So the engine generates the electricity which charges the battery, and it's only the power from the battery to the electric motor that drives the car. So this is seen, for example, in Nissan Note e-Power. But for this specific one, what we have, this is called a parallel hybrid. So both the engine and the electric motor drive the wheels of the car. So it keeps alternating between the engine and the electric motor. So how hybrids work is that when you're braking, the vehicle's motor, which also acts as a generator, it converts kinetic energy into electricity, which charges the battery, and then it powers the car. So as the vehicle turns, as the wheels turn as you brake, that braking, that movement of the wheels is what is turned to energy. So this specific car, it has a rim size of 15. As you can see, it has very beautiful aerodynamic covers, and one thing you also notice is the hybrid badge just right there. And also for this specific model of 2016, we do not have fog lights. So here are our indicator lights, and here are the main headlights, but we do not have the fog lights located here below. Then one other thing is the suspension of this car is really a good one. And for the brakes, in the front we have disc brakes, but on the rear we have drum brakes. But the brakes really work perfectly. The ground clearance of the car is 24 centimeters here. 24 centimeters. It's not so raised, but it's good enough for our Ugandan roads as long as you drive carefully. So you can only find challenges in a few situations, but this ground clearance is not bad for our roads. And now let me take you and we check out under the hood. What is under the hood of our 2016 Toyota Aqua hybrid? So here, so under the hood of the 2016 Toyota Aqua hybrid, we see here is our electric motor is right here. Here is the engine, which is the 1.5 liter petrol engine. It's the same engine that you find in other Toyota cars in this range, but this one is the 1NZ, but it has an extension of FXE with a hybrid synergy drive, which is a proven system from the price. And this specific 1.5 liter engine gives 105 horsepower. It's a 4-cylinder engine. And talking about the consumption of this car, it's combining the two, the electric motor and the engine, it can give you a fuel consumption of 30 to 34 kilometers per liter. So basically it consumes like a motorcycle. And one thing about the hybrids is, unlike fully gasoline cars where you find that in jam in the city you consume much, and on the highway you consume less. For hybrids it's the opposite. In the city you use less of the fuel, and on the highway you use much of the fuel. This is because when you're driving at low speeds, the car just runs only on the electricity, only on the electric motor. It sends the power to the front wheels, and it uses a CVT transmission, but this one is a bit different from the normal CVT. It's the eCVT, which combines both the electric motor and the engine to make sure that they can all work concurrently as the car moves. One other thing to note is that the fuel tank capacity is about 36 liters, and here you fill your fuel just from here normally. Going further, this is our boot space, which is about 260 liters of space. It's a bit small, but it's good enough for simple luggage. So before we go any further, this car we imported it for one of our customers. It has just been here for around 2 weeks, and today we asked it from him to just make this simple review. So at Top Rides 256 we do car importation, and if you need this specific car or any other car, don't hesitate to contact us and we are going to help you import your car. Just within 30 to 60 days you have received your car, and it will be in a very good condition, just like this one. And now let us go to the interior of the car, and I share more. So this is the interior of the Toyota Aqua. Here we have our climate controls, the infotainment screen, the steering, and right now I'm going to switch it on. This is not a keyless, it is not a push start, so we just start like this. It doesn't make sound. Sometimes it doesn't make sound so faster, but as long as you see ready, showing you ready here, then you know the car is ready to start, because most times the engine starts later on. So that's why for this car, sometimes it doesn't necessarily need you to preheat the engine. You can just start the car and you're ready to go. So let us try to understand the buttons that are in here. So we start with here. This is normal. This just changes the display here, and here we have our automatic headlights. We have the lane keep assist, lane keep warning. So when you're driving and you go out of your lane, the car warns you. This specific button is for pre-collision braking. If you are going to hit something, the car will brake by itself. These are just mirror controls, normal. And then when we come just here on our gear selector, we have parking, reverse, neutral, drive, and B. Now the biggest confusion is here on B. So B stands for engine braking, so it's basically braking. So because this car uses regenerative braking, as we had earlier explained, so when you put in B and you drive, it is recommended you put on B when you're going downhill. So when you're going downhill and you put in B, it increases the regenerative braking, and you do not have to use your brakes to reduce the speed of the car. So for example, when you're downhill and you are 35 kilometers per hour, you can lift your leg from the brake and the car will remain on that speed while it's braking by itself and generating more power, generating the electricity as it charges the battery. So this is very important because it helps you generate more electric power than when you brake while you're in D. And you can do shift from D to B just as you're driving. It doesn't damage your transmission. The seats are very comfortable, as you can see. And going to the rear, the space is enough for 3 people to sit comfortably. And you can see the leg room is really enough, the headroom is enough. It's a perfect car for your small family. And talking more about the safety and reliability of this car, according to Japan New Car Assessment Program, it has a 4 out of 5 safety rating. It has good crash protection, and you find all the safety systems. It has ABS, it has electronic stability control, it has multiple airbags in front, in the sides, it has traction control, it has pre-collision braking, as we have seen, lane departure warning. And for traction control, the buttons are here. This is the traction control button. You just use it on slippery roads. And here we also have the eco mode and the EV mode. So the eco mode is the default driving mode of this car. Just when you drive off the car, it is in eco mode. So eco, it just optimizes to make sure that you use the least fuel while giving you better performance and efficiency. So it maximizes efficiency. And then for the EV mode, you drive the car fully like an electric car. However, it cannot drive for long. So when the battery is fully charged, it can just drive you for around 1 kilometer, and then it will again stop. And most people do not buy hybrid cars. They worry about the battery. The battery is going to get damaged. However, according to Toyota, it gives a warranty of 240,000 kilometers or 10 years for the battery. And however, you know that the cars that we buy here are used, so the warranty doesn't transfer to us. But it gives you confidence that when you buy your car, you're going to drive it for over 300,000 kilometers when the battery is still fine. And many owners, they have praised this car for low maintenance costs and trouble-free ownership. And also, many owners have also reported minimal issues with the battery when it hits around 300,000 kilometers. So us as at Top Rides 256, when you need to buy this car, we make sure that we get you one that's at least below 100,000 kilometers, so you can still drive it for over 8 years without any issues. And we also do pre-purchase inspection before the car ships. So we make sure that we bring you a car with a very good battery that hasn't degraded. However, generally, this is not something to worry about because this battery can go and run and run. And we all know that just like all other Toyotas, the Toyota cars just keep running and running and running. And also, mechanics have considered this car to be one of the easiest hybrids to maintain. And talking about the maintenance, it's pretty much like the internal combustion engine only car. So you just do the oil replacement, coolant, and all that. One other more thing to talk about is how can you get the best from your hybrid? Because most of us buy hybrids because we want to save on fuel, and this specific car was made for that. So you can save more by accelerating gently, which reduces the chance of the car getting the engine start. Because as I've told you, at low speeds, this car will run fully on electric motor. So you see this green thing, EV. When you're running at low speeds, it will showing you that you're now fully running on the electric motor. And then we also have 3 zones here. You see there is charge. So when you press the brake, you see here the bars showing you that the car is charging. The eco mode, this eco zone, as you press the accelerator, you see the bars going up. So it's recommended that you drive most of the times in the eco zone, because when it reaches the power zone, you're using more power, and more power means more fuel. So it's recommended to use only the eco mode. It doesn't mean that when you go to power, you destroy the engine, no, but you're using more energy. And also, another way to get the best from from your car. Also, when you're braking, make sure that you brake early, you brake progressively, and you maximize on the energy regeneration. So if it is a long descent, start braking early such that by the time you get downhill, you have allowed time for your car to charge. And also, to increase regeneration, make sure you use this B. You drive in the B mode, or when you're going downhill, as this also helps you save on your brakes and also regenerate more of the electricity. And also make sure that you have proper tire pressure that is recommended by the manufacturer. Another thing that can help you save on fuel is having less load in your car. So when you're carrying heavy stuff, a lot of things, you're going to use more power than when the car is not loaded with a lot of things. And also another thing to note is that this car, when it is in reverse, when it is reversing or in a low gear, it runs fully on the electric motor. So basically that's it about the 2016 Toyota Aqua. Maybe in conclusion, what do I think about this? The car is generally well balanced. It's not made for performance, but it's good and practical, and it's made for efficiency. It's easy to drive and easy to maneuver in tight spaces. If you need to import this, contact us. The number is in the description. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and also to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth car reviews of the cars that we drive here in Uganda. And we are going to help you make the best decision before you purchase any car. Thank you so much.